Got the goods?
Got the goods.
Got the goods.
I feel like lately I have started every update by telling you all how busy we have been, and this one is no different. Things have a way of moving a little slower in rural areas, which can be both good and bad. Projects take longer, and when we first started leasing this ranch, we thought we would be living out here full time by the middle of June, with plenty of time left to ride in the mountains. Here we are in the middle of July, and we're still driving back and forth every day. To be totally honest, it's starting to take a toll on us both mentally and physically, not to mention spending about $1,200 extra a month in fuel. We are incredibly grateful for this opportunity, and we are doing our best to focus on all the positives that are unfolding around us, but we also are ready to simplify our lives a little bit. The biggest holdup has been having equines at 2 different properties, but we are really hoping that that will not be the case for much longer.
Hey buddy, how's it going? I see you ripped your sleazy on the other side. Worth a shot, huh?
Rooster, Mesa, and Taz have all been rubbing off parts of their mane while grazing underneath the fence. I decided to try a sleazy on Rooster to see if it would help, but he either caught it on something or someone decided to bite it and it tore a large hole in it.
Go, Josie, go!
I will have to find some time to repair it. I think we may eventually have to run a hot wire along the fence, but we've been trying to avoid that for as long as possible.
Yum. Is that good, Rihanna? Yeah. Good girl.
All right. Well, we made it out here to the big property today, and we have one main goal, and that is to get this big round pen with the Mustang shelter set up and ready for the 3 Wyoming girls. So what we need to do is we need to get rails all the way around the top, and then we also need to chain these panels to the shelter itself. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there's no way to attach the panels to the shelter, so what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole in here and chain them. So that's the plan for the day. We're going to try and get at least this one done, and then next on the priority list is getting honeys done. We actually started on honeys, so I'll show you kind of what it's going to look like, but we're going to jump over and hit this one next because we might get the Wyoming girls down here maybe as soon as tomorrow. So you can see these ones have no rails yet, but over on the far side we have the rails on top, and it's going to be like that all the way around all 3 of these.
Josie, are you growing big? Jojo, are you growing? Yeah. Look how butt high you are.
She really is.
You getting bigger? Or is your first ride gonna be in this corral right here? Probably. If you get big enough.
So we've been trying to figure out how to attach our panels to the shelter, and originally we're gonna have something welded on here, and we were still thinking about doing that. Brazen even sells just these little panel brackets that go on the panels, but we're ready to move the girls down here mainly. And talking to the shelter guy, he's like, you could just drill a hole and put a big piece of chain around here, and then we've chained the panels to this big old pipe. We're gonna go with what the panel guy suggested, and so we're just gonna drill a little hole through our board here and then run some chain through and use a little chain link adapter connector deal, and then it'll be attached around this big pipe and around the panels. Sawdust.
Bless you.
Thanks. We almost could make it another one.
Second link.
a gangster. Yeah, he'll be a gangster. Gangster, yeah, with the chain.
You know what's cool? Look at that view behind you. Pretty good view for training Mustangs.
Yeah.
And maybe mules. Get a kill pen mule, bring it here. It's a good setup for that too. I'll just have a chair set up right here. Doesn't matter if it's like really hot or if it's snowing or raining. I'll just sit right there, video Alyssa out there. You guys will have this beautiful backdrop. Alyssa with her horses in here. Be pretty sweet.
Be awesome. Right now it's just dogs. Right now it's just crazy dogs. They're crazy. Crazy. Crazy and dusty. Oh, you got me. Yuck. Yuck.
All right, well, since we got the chains on, we are technically ready for the Wyoming girls. But what we're gonna do for the rest of the day is put rails up along the top of all these posts that we have put in at each joint. So we're gonna get started on that, but it feels pretty good. We could bring the Wyoming girls down here right now because they'd be okay with us doing a little construction around here, sawing and putting up rails and stuff. Honey, we definitely don't want to do that, but for the Wyoming girls, it would be just fine. But I think we got enough daylight. We could finish her off fully.
Daylight, yes. Energy, we'll see.
All right, so what we're doing now, we can't really film very well when both of us are working. We don't have a cameraman, but what we've done is we put a block up here to connect the, let me start over. So what we did, we have a block up here to set the rail on and attach that to the shelter. And then we're running the rail around all the way to the next post over here.
Solid.
So this is not gonna be super strong like if a horse jumped on it. But what it does do is it ties all of our posts together and it provides a really good visual barrier so that, I mean, this is probably, I don't know, 7 feet tall. So a horse likely isn't even going to think of jumping out of it since we added this. They'll think about jumping out of a 6-footer, but just this extra, yeah, that's solid extra foot. Solid extra foot makes it so it's not even an option for them. So well worth the time in our minds. Here, hold it for a sec. Okay, got it. See how it looks. Oh yeah, looks perfect. Really does. Nice job. Nice.
I think this would be way easier. That's better. That was easy.
Does that look like a happy horse in here?
Tired horse. Yeah.
We did it. It actually really wasn't that bad. And it looks, I think, super nice. Like super even gaps between the wood and the top of the panels. And we're ready for horses, right? Wyoming girls can come down here. We'll get a water tank in here, get some shavings, your favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Get them all set up and comfy. And we're ready to bring some Mustangs down. We have a little bit of buttoning up to do on Honey's, which is next door. But probably in the next day or two, that'll be ready as well.
Yeah.
We'll have everyone on one property.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting stuff. Should we go feed the gang and get ready for our last shelter also?
Yeah.
We got all kinds of balls in the air around here.
It will take longer than anticipated to have all the plans wrapped up, but once all of our equines are in one place, we will regain that time we are currently losing by driving out here and back every day. That's over 3 hours we can spend working with our equines, or maybe at this point taking a nap or two. There is one more thing we need to do this evening, and that is take down a section of buck and rail in the far east dry lot, because tomorrow morning the last shelter is arriving. Swing, bada bada.
Foul ball. Almost hit myself with the axe part.
Since we're talking about some of our struggles, we also found out that the RV septic system on the property is off limits to us for now, which was not something we expected. It may seem like a little thing, but it means we either have to haul the trailer into town every week to dump it, or purchase some sort of portable waste system that we can haul in separately. Taking our entire trailer into town every week is a pretty big ordeal, and without a dump station on the property, it definitely puts a damper on our plans to live out here through the winter. Even with things feeling a little more difficult and discouraging lately, looking out at this view helps lift our spirits. This is why we are pushing so hard for this dream. Happy equines, mountain views, and the chance to finally go after what we have been dreaming about for so long. It's all worth it to be able to pursue the life that we want to live, even if it means living in a small space, hauling our waste into town every week, and doing laundry at the laundromat. Things could be a lot tougher. We could still be living in our tiny little apartment with no equines, in major amounts of debt, and when we step back and look at the bigger picture, we really can't complain.
Well, good morning. Today's an exciting day. We have our 5th and final shelter being dropped off today. We have one Mustang pen completely ready for the Wyoming girls, so we might go pick them up today. But if not, we'll stay here and we'll work on Honey's Mustang pen and get that finished up. So the finish line is finally in sight. We're getting real close to having all the horses on one property, and that feels awesome. So we're gonna grab some coffee and get started with a great day.
There is another load of buck and rail showing up early this morning, which means we are one day closer to being able to turn our equines out onto pasture.
Awesome. Well.
All right, well, we did it. We have all 5 of our shelters, 3 10x10s at the Mustang facility, and then 2 10x20s back here for all the domestics and for the Mustangs once they're trained and able to come in a little bit shorter fence. So that feels really good. It looks really good, and what a relief to be done with that. So we're gonna try and figure out how to sort off these horses. Marley from Wyoming is going to go in this, but we're trying to figure out who else we want to put in with Marley that will get along and be safe. There won't be a whole bunch of drama, kicking, stuff like that. So we're leaning towards probably Taz and Clyde, maybe Mesa so they can play eventually, but Mesa will probably butt heads with Curly Sue when the time comes for Curly to go in there, so we'll see. But probably at least Taz and Clyde will go in there, and then Marley will go in there with them. It's kind of funny. It's like Mustang graduation when you get to go from the Mustang facility into the jack fencing. That's when you know you've made it. So what we're trying to figure out now, our amazing neighbor is fabricating some gates to go on our 10x10 shelters. And so we're trying to figure out if we can make those gates high enough off the ground that they can just swing over a water tank, or if we need water tanks that'll fit snugly in the corner to where we can swing the gate past them. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second.
Okay, scratch that idea about getting a short water tank. It looks like we swung the gate, so these gates are going to be able to swing all the way in because the shelter is actually a little bit longer than it is wide, so they'll fit perfectly up against the wall, and they'll miss a big chunk of the back corner when you're swinging them in, and so there should be enough room to just fit a stock tank in the back corner without even having to worry about the gate needing to clear over the top of it, because it'll just clear it. It's exciting to have the vision coming together and to look out and see the pasture fence getting closer and closer to being completed. All of the little baby magpies have officially flown the nest. I know a lot of people are not huge fans of magpies, but they are one of my favorite birds. This property has multiple hatches of magpies every year, and it has been pretty entertaining watching the new babies learn the ropes. We also have an abundance of chucker chicks that hatch this spring, and I recently learned we have poor wills on the property, which finally explains the strange noise I have been hearing around dusk.
All right, real quick, I just wanted to say a special thank you to anyone who went to our Amazon wish list and bought us one of those black hoses, because let me show you. This is our hydrant, and we gotta run all the way down to those little shelters down there.
We currently only have one spring-fed hydrant, but there are plans in the works for a lot more access to water soon.
That's the farthest I've ever ran a hose in my life. But the good news is, thanks to you guys, I think it's gonna reach. So we're probably gonna have Mustangs out here this evening, thanks to you. So anyway, just want to say a quick thank you. This is kind of a low pressure system here, so if it wasn't downhill, I think we would be out of luck. But thankfully, it's a nice gradual downhill slope to the water trough. All right, well, we made it home and everyone's doing really good. Honey's doing good. She had some leftover hay. The girls had cleaned theirs up, so we gave them a little snack. But the next challenge, after we get the truck and trailer hooked up, well, one challenge is going to be trying to back up this beast to the gate. And then the main challenge is going to be trying to get these girls loaded peacefully. So for those of you that have been watching, you know these girls, they're all halter broke. They can all, well, I wouldn't say halter broke. They all can be haltered. They all can be led decently well, but they're not quite ready to be tied in the trailer yet. So what we need to do is get them all loaded and hauled down there loose, because that's going to be the safest way to do it. So I think what we're going to do, try and back up to the gate down here, put some hay in the trailer, and see if they'll just walk in there on their own. If not, we'll figure something else out. But we don't want this to be a big ordeal. We want them to just kind of walk in there peacefully. We'll shut the gate slowly and take them down there nice and easy. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Marley's ready. Good girl, Marley. You girls ready to go to your new place? Oh, it's got a good view. You guys are gonna love it.
This is exciting. And also I'm like, are we actually ready? Did we think of everything? I think we're actually ready.
I think so too.
We're gonna load Cheyenne, Curly, and Marley. Her real name's Sue, but we call her Curly sometimes. And we're gonna take them over to the lease property. So we got their big corral set up last night. We got it all finished, and I think we're all ready for them. So we're getting them loaded. Then we gotta grab their water tank, and I think then we're ready to head over there.
Yeah.
And unload them into their corral. So this is exciting.
But first, let's feed Honbon.
Oh yeah, we gotta feed Honey first. Marley is doing so good that we're gonna put all these 3 girls in their corral together for right now. Hi Marley, I have no treats for you. They got really spoiled while the girls were here. But she's doing so good that she's gonna get to go in the buck and rail with, we haven't decided, maybe like Clyde and Mesa. We're not sure exactly. Maybe Taz, we don't know. But she gets to go in with some friends in the buck and rail and just share the big pen with them, because we have no worries about her jumping a fence or doing anything crazy, and she's really easy to catch. Sue is getting very easy to catch, but she still needs to work on her leading and some groundwork before we feel like she can go in there. And Cheyenne needs to get a little bit easier to catch. She's not like hard to catch, it just takes you a minute, and if she got scared in a big pen, then it would be hard. So these 2 girls, Sue and Cheyenne, are gonna share a Mustang corral, the big one, together. But Marley here pretty soon, we'll let her settle in with her friends, and then we're gonna move her over probably in the next couple days to her new herd. Integrate her with the domestics.
You're domesticated.
She's domesticated. Huh. Yeah, you're there. You're ready. Hi, honey. You're a mess. You need to rush. Look at your hair. You're a bedhead. You look like a crazy Mustang right now.
All right, here's the plan. We got backed up here to our main little man gate, and we have a little small secondary pen built in here that'll keep them kind of closed in here close to the trailer. And I think what we'll do, and this will probably work, is we're just going to put some hay in the trailer, keep them closed into this small secondary pen, and they'll probably just wander up in the trailer because they're also calm and curious. So that's what we're hoping for, right?
Yeah.
Is it gonna work?
Yeah, and if not, we'll just gently flag them.
What are the odds? No flag needed.
Well, Marley will probably go right in. It's Sue and Cheyenne I don't know about.
Yeah. Oh. I say I'm 60% confident they'll just walk right in. Look at that, they already just want to come in. I'm like, what's in there?
Okay. Gotta gather all the things and stuff. We got ball on a string, chicken, other ball, 2 feed tubs. Where the third one is, no one knows. Sue likes to hide them. It's probably over the fence somewhere.
All right, that kind of thing is always a little bit stressful, but it actually went really smoothly. And you're always worried like something's gonna get loose or something's gonna get injured. It's just a little bit stressful, but they loaded really good and they're just literally just standing in there chilling right now. So they're doing really good. So I'm gonna throw in the water trough, grab the dogs, and then, oh, Alyssa's grabbing some salt. And then I think we'll be ready to go. Next up, we'll be moving Honey down there. So stay tuned for that one. That's the final boss of moving Mustangs.
Here we go.
All right, we got the horses loaded. We got some drinks made. We're gonna throw the dogs in, and we're gonna haul these horses to the new property and see how the new Mustang facility actually works finally. So here we go. Fist bump.
Marley. She says, I'm not even wild. Why do you have to ride like this? Marley. Marley. Good girl.
And you feel like you have to step up there all careful because oh wait, they're actually not wild anymore.
They're not wild, they're like scratches.
They just aren't that great at riding in the trailer yet.
Just standing tied is sketchy.
Yeah, exactly. Just not quite ready for that. Huh. Marley would have let up in there. She probably would have let up in there. And even Cheyenne probably would have let up in there. But then you got to tie them and...
I think we'll start by putting the water tank in there and get that filling. So when they make their rounds, checking everything out, they'll be like, oh, this is where the water is.
That's fine.
That sound good?
It's breezy enough. It's not too hot in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Salt block. Woo-hoo. We have water down here. Awesome. Okay, that's filling. Got one salt block. We'll go get the other salt block. Sawdust.
Oh yeah, get some shavings in here.
And they have a bunch of hay probably in the trailer. We'll just scrape that, throw it to them, and then we'll bring some more hay down.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Look at that. No problem.
1,000,000 miles
Yeah,
from
'cause
the
it-
spigot.
Well, from the spring way up the mountains, down to the spigot, then another hundreds of feet.
Made it though.
Here. Thank goodness for gravity.
Girls. Hi. Come on.
You're okay. Easy, Susu. There you go. Good girls. We got some grass. Marley, is this your heaven or what? You need to be brushed, my friend. Good job, girls. Good job. Well, these girls are settling in good. So our plan now is to button up Honey's corral, which she'll be right next door. And like we said, Marley might go out with a couple of these guys, and then it'll just be Sue and Cheyenne in this corral. And then we have a third corral, which is where Callisto and her filly are gonna go. So we've announced it a couple times on our lives, but we are gonna go ahead and take the Kiger and her filly, the Kiger mare and her filly. And so we have 3 corrals here. Her and her filly will go into a corral. Hopefully it won't be too long before Sue and Cheyenne are ready to join the rest of the herd as well. And then we can have Callisto in one corral, her filly in the other, or rearrange at that point in time. But for now, we're gonna have these 2 girls in here. We have our whole dry lot set up at home, and we showed in a different video how we're gonna add on to this with those dry lot panels. They're 6-foot panels as well. And so as soon as we get that done, then Cheyenne and Sue could definitely get kicked out into there. And then Callisto and her filly can also be in one or both of these corrals. So anyway, that's really exciting. We don't know exactly when we're gonna go pick up those girls. It'll probably be a little while yet, but yeah, we're gonna go pick them up at some point over the next month or 2, I would think. So pretty exciting. These girls are settling in. They're enjoying this little bit of grass they have. It's not gonna last long, but it's a fun little snack for them anyway.
All right, well, these girls are settling in good. So we're gonna go grab them some hay and just let them kind of chill down here and get used to their new place. But make sure you click subscribe if you wanna see the rest of their journeys. Now that we got everyone down here, except Honey, we are gonna be rolling, knocking out some training, and these girls are gonna continue improving. So make sure you click subscribe if you want to see the rest of that journey, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.